Did you see that the Libs of TikTok creator got doxxed by Taylor Lorenz?
Oh, yeah, it's so disgusting, wasn't it? I love Libs of TikTok. I mean, we wouldn't know about these maniacs, I think, otherwise. I mean, I wouldn't sit on TikTok watching what a teacher from Minnesota was saying about, their gender pronouns otherwise. There's not quite enough time in the day. And so Libs of TikTok did a great service. Taylor Lorenz of the Washington Post. That's just such disgusting behavior.
Long article. Do you read it?
No, I didn't read the whole article.
Long article. Serious.
Yeah, I wish they'd have looked at Hunter Biden's laptop story at similar length. I mean, corruption in the first family would strike me as being a much more interesting subject than who runs Libs of TikTok. But then, Washington Post has its own priorities.
But Taylor Lorenz is someone who broke down crying on MSNBC not long ago talking about online harassment.
Yeah, well, all these people are bullies who, whenever they've finished bullying people, pretend to be a victim. Whenever they get caught out, they cry. Kathy Newman phenomenon. Bully somebody, and then when you're caught out behaving badly, present yourself as the victim. Nice turnaround there. Very, very common. I think it was Julie Burchill who coined the term crybullies for these people. Crybullies is a great term for our era.
What do you mean by that?
Crybullies are people who go around bullying everyone, and then when they're caught or in any way criticized, cry. Just immediately turn themselves into the victim. Everyone knows this from children. I mean, there's a certain type of child who does that, and they should be slapped, or in a country you're allowed to slap a child, or otherwise, disciplined to not behave like that. These are sort of grown-up Eric Cartmans, and maybe not even grown up. They're sort of Eric Cartman-like figures. They're horrible bullies and nasty people who, when it's not going for them, go wah wah.
What do you think was the problem with Libs of TikTok as a channel? Is it because it's just bringing attention to things that the left would rather people not see?
Well, it's not that it's just left in particular. It's just this is what. I mean, I don't look at TikTok, and by the way, I think it's a highly unstable platform. Obviously, it's Chinese Communist Party direct
brainwashing us slowly.
It is
one video at a time. Yeah,
all those things, and. So yeah, obviously, these teachers and others who say these ridiculous and outlandish things. There was one who even said she was a witch. Did you see that one?
No.
There was some teacher who was like, I'm a witch. And, I told the students, and I had questions, and that was fine. I'd say, make it a bit harder for us. I mean, actually say, I also practice witchcraft or something. It struck me as being,
It seems to me like it's a warning shot to any future potential people that would consider doing the same sort of thing. Because, someone posts something on TikTok, you're not doing it to get attention.
Yeah.
Like, the whole reason that you're doing it is to get attention, but maybe not by 600,000 people on a Twitter account.
Yeah, they want to be famous, they don't want to be infamous. And once something highlights it to a group they would never have got to otherwise, who don't see it favorably, it becomes a different thing, of course. I mean, it's a form of that thing in the era, the context collapse phenomenon that occurs with social media all the time. Context collapse being when an out-group discovers an in-group's discussion and doesn't view it.
What's an example of that?
Banter between friends on texts, for instance, where a group of guys banter about stuff and including bad taste stuff, joking about girls or whatever. Somebody leaks it and an out-group discovers it and thinks, how disgusting the way these men talk about women.
Durham University got popped for this a couple of years ago.
People are sort of wise up to now, but rugby teams quite often, get done over for it. An out-group discovers an in-group discussion, and it's understandable that happens in our era because everybody has access at the click of a few buttons to expose an in-group's discussion. And it's really hard sometimes to discover what the context would be of a particular discussion. That is something that goes on all the time at the moment. But Libs of TikTok is simply exposing what an in-group was hoping to be able to say to itself and it's been discovered by an outgroup. But the outgroup really doesn't like it because it's teachers, and things like that. It's like, if it's just weird. I mean, there's that one person on Libs of TikTok I've seen several times, a totally deranged individual, a man who dresses as a woman and says he's trans, and I had a lipstick and like a hairy chest, and like says, he can't understand why people don't think he's a woman and call him sir and things. Well, I guess it's the fact you got a hairy chest and look like a dude. That's the problem, I'd have thought, And but like this particular guy, he's like comes back repeatedly. Like on one of them, he's like, "You will respect us. You will respect us." And you go, I don't want that person anywhere near members of the public. It's really interesting to discover those people. But it's just. But what the Washington Post did was basically a punishment beating on the woman who runs the Libs of TikTok. It's a punishment beating and a warning to others.
Well, the editor said that it was completely in line with their journalistic standards at the Washington Post.
Well, that's true.
But they amended the article to remove her real estate license.
That's right.
Because that had doxed her. Did you know that there's another online influencer with the same name as the person that founded Libs of TikTok, who's the fallout from this has been so hard that a person that isn't the person that runs it but has the same name has also been getting harassed online?
Doesn't surprise me at all. Because
Taylor Lorenz turned up at that lady's house.
Yeah.
There's a video. There's a photo of
her standing at the door.
Yeah, through the sort of.
She's just a really nasty piece of work, Lorenz.
It seems like it's not the first thing that she's done. This is the first time I've been introduced to her.
Lots of people in America, in media, knew about her. Thought she was a kind of rogue, unpleasant, bad operator, and this has just proven that. I mean, of course, it's vile behavior. And as I say, there's so much that's important to write about, and in America, of all places, so many stories, such a rich environment for real investigative writing and journalism. And to be going and exposing the identities of citizens who are reposting things from TikTok would strike me as being a very strange journalistic priority. But don't forget, truth dies in darkness. As the Washington Post tagline says, truth dies in darkness. So their view of themselves, the Washington Post, is that absolutely our democracy would not run. The world might not be free unless they can dox Libs of TikTok.
What's happening, people? If you enjoyed that, then press here for the full, unedited episode. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.